Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special video. We are gonna rank all the It's Bell eyeshadow palettes, and I have 6 with me. And you know how difficult it was for me because I absolutely love It's Bell's formula. I love their shimmer formulas to another level, and then mattes is what helped me decide where I should rank these palettes. Okay, so if you're ready to see what am I ranking for the It's Bell eyeshadow palettes, then please keep on watching. If you're wondering what is the eyeshadow that I'm wearing and that would be ranking, you would be absolutely wrong because I mixed almost every eyeshadow palette on my eyes. So let's begin with the 6th position. On number 6, we have the Fruity Realm palette from It's Bell Cosmetics, and there's nothing wrong with these palettes. Let me tell you very clearly, I would not declutter any of the It's Bell palettes, at least right now from my collection, just because I absolutely love their formula. There's no question that I love them or I do not love them. If I did not have loved them, they would have not been in my collection, that's for sure. This being a matte palette and I loving It's Bell shimmer formula, I definitely am missing out on the shimmer formulas from this palette. But saying that, I do use these shades when I am looking for that pop because I do not have a lot of neon palettes in my collection, and I would say that this palette is excellent for that. I'm wearing this purpley shade on my lower lash line today, if you can see that. That's what I have from this palette, but I love these shades. Like everything performs beautifully on the eyes. They are pigmented, they are blendable, they are buildable. They're absolutely beautiful. I actually have done few looks using this palette on my channel. I'll link it in the iCards above for you guys. I feel like this is very underrated, but also this is not like my everyday palette for me. That's the only reason why am I ranking this on number 6. Okay, this is difficult, okay you guys? It's difficult. On number 5, I have It's Bell's first palette, which is Break the Rules palette. I have loved this palette. This is where my love affair started from It's Bell Cosmetics. It's a beautiful palette. If you are new to the indie makeup industry, I feel this palette is beautiful, especially if you want variety. And if you love jewel tones, this is gonna be right up your alley. You can see how loved this is by looking at the pans that is going on in this palette. I've absolutely loved this palette. Love a few shades, like I'm a die-hard fan of the few shades of this palette. Love this one, the purple, you know, you can see clearly a dent going on there. This shade, beautiful. I feel like the least used shade from this palette is this green and this red, just because I don't wear those kind of jewel tones on my eyes on an like a regular basis. That's the only reason why this is ranking on number 5, only because again this is like, I don't know, like 4 years old or 3 years old or something like that, and now it doesn't perform as well, but still, I mean, they're beautiful. I have review on all of these palettes. I've done like 2 looks, several more, but my reveal video was 2 looks using this palette, and you can see how stunned I was when I saw this palette swatched on my hand. Yeah, I still can feel that. So this is ranking on number 5. On number 4, it's It's Bell Cosmetics Cool Summer Palette. Now this ranked on number 4, higher than the Break the Rules palette, just because I love the shimmer formula of this. Like, I definitely love the shimmers in this particularly. I did use the shade Waves on my middle of the eyelid just to melt this purple with the other green that I'm going to talk about. But that mending shade is this Wave shade. Beautiful. Bikini shade, stunning. This Blueberry Pop as like a blue smoky eye, breathtaking. It's so beautiful. This as an everyday shade, like a highlighter shade or just like an everyday pop on the eyes. It's so beautiful, you guys. All these shimmers, some of the shimmers are like more toppery like, and some of the shimmers are more opaque. I love the variety that was given in this palette. Mattes, I feel like these 2 mattes on the eyes perform very similar. I love this blue and I love this green a lot. I don't wear these kind of hot neon-y shades on an everyday basis. Love this as a blush. This is also very pretty. There are aspects of this palette that are excellent, and there are aspects of this palette that are not so great, I would say. That's why this is ranking on number 4, but it definitely exceeds in the shimmer area. That's my reasoning for this landing on number 4, okay? But I really, really love this palette. If you can find that palette on a sale, I would highly recommend that. On number 3, this is going to be a quick video. We're sailing through it very, very quickly. On number 3, I'm putting this on number 3 just because this is the newest palette from It's Belle Cosmetics that I have tested it out. And I have tested this palette out like 2-3 times before this. I feel there's definitely a place for this palette, and I'm talking about Under the Full Moon palette. It's such an amazing quality palette, but I feel like these two golds, it's different for sure. I never wear those yellow golds generally in my everyday life, and I do not like grays on me. This is very, very light for me anyways. These two shades definitely is not for me, and that gray, I can definitely mix these two grays to make it like more like gray leaning but wearable leaning kind of palette. I'm not like gaga over this color story, but I've gotten like beautiful looks out of this palette, especially blue look that I did using this palette on my channel. Love it, absolutely love it. I've worn this in the office also by wearing this and that purpley shade to office. That turned out amazing. I used this shade, the green shade by itself, and that was stunning. I love when you are using this palette as like a 2 shadow look. It turns out amazing. You cannot like mix too many shades in this palette on your eyes. I feel like then that is when it starts getting muddy, but the quality is there. This palette's mattes and shimmers both exceed my expectations. It's just about the color story why this is ranking on number 3. Would highly recommend. If you are into this color story, you would absolutely love it. I like a few more palettes which are better than this palette in terms of color story, and you'll see in just a minute. Okay, on number 2, this palette, I cannot tell you how much I recommend this palette. If you're on a budget, if you want to test out multi-chromes and duochromes, I feel like you cannot go better than this, especially if you are a blue, purple, green wearer, and if you love those tones. Flare Collection Remix palette is gonna be your buddy. I absolutely love this palette so very much. Again, I have several pans going on here. I really, really love it. I feel like the only 2 shades that get less use out of me is this green and this blue, but rest everything I use it quite a bit. This generally is like my office shade. Like I love that shade all across my eyelid with like a brown on the crease or any neutral tone on the crease. That is stunning. This shade Larimar, beautiful. If you love a purpley green eyeshadow, this is stunning, absolutely stunning. And if you like a soft pinky eye look, this shade or this shade, like this is more warm tone leaning, this is more cool tone leaning, that will be stunning. This is like a very satiny shade, but it shifts so beautifully. This is generally like a one and done shade for me. Beautiful. Cannot recommend this enough. Like I had a code with It's Belle before, but I'm pretty sure I don't have it right now. But I know a lot of people around in the YouTube industry would have the code. Use code, save some more money, or buy it in a sale. You will not regret it at all. I absolutely love this one. On number 1, I'm pretty sure you can guess now what is on number 1, because I absolutely love the color story of this palette. I love the quality of this palette, the mattes, the shimmers, the multichromes, the duochromes, everything. Stunning, A++. I cannot recommend this enough. And this is the Pixie Grove palette from It's Belle Cosmetics. It's warm tone. It's like fall in a palette, and you know how much I love fall. But it's like an all-round palette also. Like I can definitely wear this in like spring season, summer season, fall season. I really love this palette. Like the quality is so amazing. I have this shade on my outer corners. I have this Pixie Dust on my inner third of the eyelid. I have this Mallow Fruit on my inner corners and on the outer third of the eyelid. And that's what I have from this palette. I literally cannot complain about one thing from this palette. I love everything. Like the color story, the quality, everything is just A++. If you have never tried It's Bell Cosmetics, I would say start with this palette. You will not be disappointed. This is absolutely A++ in my opinion. I have absolutely loved this palette. I've traveled with this palette so very much. It also comes with a mirror too, and the packaging is stunning, you guys. Stunning. I cannot recommend this enough. I love It's Bell Cosmetics. Absolutely die-hard fan, okay? I really love. This is where my indie brands love affair started, and I cannot thank them enough to coming in my life. I actually, let me also tell you, the Flair Collection Remix palette and Break the Rules palette, I purchased with my own money, and rest of the palettes were sent to me in PR. Keeping it very honest here, but that doesn't change my opinion on like what I like and what I do not like. I've always kept it super honest on this channel. But that's all for today, guys. You guys let me know, have you tried It's Bell Cosmetics? What is the palette that stands on #1 for you guys from them? But that's all for today. If you did like this video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.